Today I formally withdrew the notice of intent to seek the death penalty in the case of State of Georgia versus Stephen McDaniel. Recently I met with the family of Lauren Giddings and discussed the case with them at length. At the close of the meeting, Lauren's mother and father asked me to withdraw the death notice. Although they believe that Mr. McDaniel deserves to be punished to the fullest extent of the law, they recognize that withdrawing the death notice will allow the case to proceed in a more timely fashion. And it will also result in the state achieving justice for Lauren at a much sooner date. In the interest of avoiding further delays, my office will not seek the death penalty for Mr. McDaniel. While the family of a murder victim does not decide what action our office will take, I do consider their feelings in deciding how to proceed. After careful consideration of their request and consulting with experts in the field, I formally withdrew the death penalty notice today. We look forward to the day that we bring this case to trial and achieve justice for Lauren and her family. Any questions?
How long do you think it will take the case, to go to trial at least at this point?
My best estimate is between a year and a year and a half. There's no hard set date for that, but it will dramatically decrease the time that it takes to get to trial.
How much would it decrease?
Well, you see, recently we had a case that was pending over 7 years, another one that was pending over 6. That's more typical of death penalty cases. A non-death penalty case should take us about a year, year and a half.
If the family had said that they wanted the death penalty option, even if it would have taken longer, would you have respected that decision as well?
I respect all family decisions and their request. However, like I said, they don't decide what should happen. But I listen to them very closely. The person I listen to the most is, the family. I mean, that's who I listen to more than anyone else. So, but it said something to me when every expert in the field I consulted and the family and my own professional judgment all lined up to the same conclusion, which is that we should withdraw the death notice.
Now, does this change the dates for any of the deadline motions, the deadlines for motions to be filed or anything like that?
It doesn't change anything for current deadlines, but we will probably end up with a new scheduling order. Also, a large number of the motions that were going to be heard related only to the death penalty. They hadn't been filed yet, but I know in speaking with Mr. McDaniel's attorneys that there were a number of motions that they were going to file simply because this is the death penalty case. Also, the appellate review for the rulings on the motions is not necessary anymore, so, at least not the immediate review. So this will dramatically decrease the amount of time it takes to bring Mr. McDaniel for justice and to get justice for Lauren and the community.
Did the Giddings family go into detail as to kind of what all they considered when making this decision?
I really don't think it's appropriate for me to get into everything that the McDaniel family, that the Giddings family thought about. I just think it's important to know that this was what they wanted and that we discussed this and considered it very carefully.
How does this reverberate to you personally? If it took 6, 7, 10 years for it to go to trial, you might not get the chance to be head of the DA's office when this goes down. But now you're saying that it'll only take a year, so you'll probably get a chance to try it through your hands.
I wasn't thinking about me personally. I was thinking about what is the best way to get justice for Lauren and the community. And again, when Lauren's family and every expert I consulted and my own personal judgment all say the same thing, then it was a no-brainer.
But how do you feel about it now?
I feel like we're making the right decision, otherwise I wouldn't be standing here.
What do you say to the community?
I'm sorry?
What do you say to the community with this decision?
What I'm saying to the community is that we will judge every case on its own merits and on a case-by-case basis. And after consulting with the family and experts in the field and relying on my own personal judgment, we're making the right decision, and we're going to work hard to get justice for the community as soon as possible. Anything else? All right, thank you guys. I have extra copies of the statement. I don't know if I went exactly by it, but it's here.